What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of The Take On with myself, Flex, Mr. Anton, Ferdinand, Joey Knights is in here, and this guy, Yungen, he's back as well. Look at him. Look how happy he is after the energy drinks cup. But listen, before we get into anything, before we even start the show, you guys in the comment section, right, get involved, because as from next week, right, we're going to be going through that section with a fine-tooth comb, and I'm taking the biggest takes, right, and we're going to bring it to these guys. So there's nowhere for them to hide, nowhere for them to shy away from the big takes. Anton loves to tell me, look in this lens and do this, do that. Get in there and tell him where you want him to look. Get in there and see what you think like this guy and myself as well. So make sure you do that, because going forward, we're going to be getting involved in the comments. And today, we've got a big show, so let's get straight into it, man. It's been a crazy week. There's been so much happening. We've seen the Carabao Cup final be decided. We've seen Man United back in the mud. We've seen Arsenal continue their grace for glory. We've seen resurrection at West Ham, and now it's David Moyes in and everything's back to normal. We've seen it all, and we've got to get straight into it. Yungen, Anton, Ferdinand, and obviously Joey, man. Big up to you guys, man. My manager has got question marks. Eric, you got question marks, mate. Yeah, we have to address it. David Moyes, yeah, you won against Brentford, but the lead into that, it's, you know, get out, all of this stuff is quite negative. And again, come back in with the Poch thing as well. Your manager gets sacked or leaving, who should replace him? So let's go around the table. I know we know about Klopp, and are you still on this Xabi Alonso must be him?
He's got, I think as a Liverpool fan, it's so easy to say you want someone to come in and do what Klopp's done. But let's be realistic. That's never going to happen. I think it completely needs to change. I think someone needs to come in with their own style. I think Xabi Alonso, I think he's the most exciting young manager. The connection with Liverpool, I think he'll be the perfect fit.
So what are you saying then? He uses Liverpool as the stepping stone?
No. He's going to come to Liverpool and he's going to feel it. He's going to feel
What's
it.
he going to feel?
And you know, like you said, Pep's going to leave in a couple of years. Let's be real. And especially with all these charges, he's going to be gone.
It's open season.
He's not playing conference football. We know that, right? Pep's going to leave. Then who's he got to face? Arteta and Ten Hag. What? That's 7 league titles on the trot.
Man United have a different manager by the mate.
Ten Hag won't be there.
Well, who's going to be there?
Well, let's talk about Man United.
Steve McLaren.
He's still there now. He ain't get promoted. No, big up, Steve. No, he's manager at Middlesbrough. He's doing all right. But I like all this. I like all this giggling and laughing towards my team, because we're going to start making some serious decisions soon.
That's because the only way is up.
And I think Ineos will make the change in the summer. I do.
Who does Flex want? Who? Tell them.
Julian Nagelsmann. I like him.
Why?
I like Nagelsmann. I feel like he got tainted at Bayern Munich, like many do. They're not really a club that allow you to come in and put your imprint on what's going on. They're very much in control. You could be winning the league, but it might not be how they like it. You could go. There could be politics above board. They could go. And let's not forget, like, they chew a lot of people out and spit them out very quickly, just because that's just sometimes how it goes at Bayern. And they get the top talent in Germany. When he was at Leipzig, I think we're overlooking, like, what a good job he's done. Yes, he's with the national team now. I just think he could be a good fit. The De Zerbi one is one that's ringing around. Me personally, I've given De Zerbi quite a bit of slander. I have, because it's like, when Brighton are sort of an extension of Potter, and they go on these good runs and that, but then they go on bad runs. It's like when they go on the bad runs, we then go, oh, it's just Brighton, no, they're overachieving. But then when they're on the good runs, we include them in all the conversations. So I'm like, keep consistent energy. And I'm not sure if De Zerbi...
You see with De Zerbi, though, it'll be interesting to see what he's like outside of the regime of what Brighton have, where they look at every stat. It's all data driven,
which is why they've been able to carry on post Potter.
Exactly. So like Potter came out of a data driven club in Brighton, went to Chelsea. He's now got to produce the data himself and do it.
Yeah.
Struggled. Do you know what I mean?
It's different, and
it's different.
Me personally,
will De Zerbi be the same?
I wanna. Personally, I actually want to see a way where Ten Hag can, like, stay in a new look Man United with a new structure and stuff.
What, but like Ranić vibes?
Well, no, because he was temporary. No, he was temporary. Yeah, he was supposed to do that, but he was temporary. Exactly. And he didn't. They just said, nah. Yeah. So ideally, I'd like that to happen. But really, I've looked at it and I've gone, in my opinion, I think we'll go out the FA Cup. If not tonight, then the rounds to come. We ain't going to win the FA Cup. I don't think we're going to win the FA Cup. The injuries, what we got right now, too much. The way Ten Hag's setting us up, ain't going to hide it. Then fourth, we ain't getting fourth. We ain't getting fourth. For me, what happens on the weekend is Villa play Luton. They beat them. We get smashed by City, which will probably happen. That'll be 11 points behind Aston Villa. We're not.
So let the people know then who you want. Look down the barrel.
Don't tell me where to look.
Look down the
I
barrel.
look where if I want to do this looking over there at no lens, I'll do that. I'll do that. In fact, I'm going to do that just because you're telling me to look there.
Who do you want?
I just told you.
Say it loud and proud.
If it's not going to be Eric Ten Hag, yeah,
But you said you wanted him out.
I just said if it's not going to be Eric Ten Hag, which I don't believe it's going to be, because I think Ineos are going to change it in the summer. I'm up for Nagelsmann.
You hoping
I like
they
him.
change it? Are you hoping they change it?
If you don't get results, yeah, of course.
I would, to be honest with you, I would want him gone just off of the basis of what Carragher said on Monday Night Football. I think spot on.
It was spot on.
And him coming out and saying, "Nah, he's got it wrong." That tells me that.
Well, he said he got it right for half an hour. Carragher was right, and then he goes, "We found solutions," which he lied. We didn't find solutions.
But what I'm saying is, if man ain't seeing that, if your manager's not seeing that,
yeah,
and he's coming, and I get he wants to defend himself. I get it, but sometimes you just got to concede when you know really he's right, because everyone can see it. The main point really, and why you're losing games, is because the gap between the midfield and the defence and the midfield and the strike is massive.
Only lost one out of the last 5, mate.
No, but it's massive.
We're actually on a good run, mate. Just saying.
Who?
We're doing a decent run, mate.
Who's on a good run?
Man United, mate.
Who did you say though? You said
Rashford.
You said Rashford?
No, I said Man United. And he said the reason why we're losing games. I'm saying actually, mate, we're on a decent run. Mate.
The reason why you don't look convincing. The reason why you look chalking. The reason why you're like you're good 1 minute, rubbish another. That's the reason.
There was someone in the comments asked me to ask you something as well. They said, "How's Sancho been doing since he's gone to Dortmund and stuff? How do you reckon? Like, is the comps and that? Like, how do you think he's been doing?" They was asking me like, because obviously it was Ten Hag's fault why he was dead and that. So there was just saying, I saw one of the comments on the 5 thing, just scrolling. They said, "Oh,
I'll answer that. He started okay.
Yeah, because I remember you showing me the one goal against the bottom of the league, the first game.
He started okay. He started okay. He's not been brilliant.
I want you to look down that lens.
I will do. I'll look at it. Jaden, can you hear me? Can you hear me? No, but seriously, he started okay. He's not been great in the last few weeks. So it's down to him, and I've never ever shied away from it. I've always said Man United should have dealt with him better. However, he's got to take ownership as well.
For sure.
I've always said that. I've never once said that it's just the football club.
All right, well, there's 2 more managers left to talk about. Let's go to you, Anton. Let's go to you. David Moyes has given you some of the best times of your whole entire life.
Yeah.
As a West Ham fan.
Yeah.
Should you make a change? And if you should, who would you like to see come in?
Let me clear a few things up, because I keep hearing from you, that I wanted him out. And I keep hearing from Joel Bayer at the back that I wanted him out. I've never ever wanted David Moyes out. Never. I've always said he deserves to go on his own terms. Yeah? Would I give him a new contract now? No, I wouldn't. He's taken ownership of it and gone, he doesn't want to, there's a contract on the table, but he's going to wait until the end of the season, which I think is fantastic. For him and for the football club. For us as a football club, I should say. Right? And another thing is, West Ham fans are always talking about, the reason why, because we're not playing good football. I think sometimes it gets a bit misinterpreted. Yes, we like to see the ball on the floor, I get it. But you see on Monday, I think it's more the intent to go and play on the front foot. If we do that, we look more exciting. It's not always that pretty football and get the ball on the floor and do that. No, show the intent to play on the front foot and take a game to a team. We look dangerous with the players that we got. Lucas Paqueta back on Monday was frightening. Was frightening. But if he's in a team that's on the front foot, Jared Bowen in a team that's on the front foot.
Kudus
with a team, the real star boy. Yeah.
Stop saying that now, man.
In a team.
Stop saying that one. That one's crazy, That's been annoying me. You keep saying that one. Bro, ever since flipping Kobe Mainu accidentally give him the ball but put it on a plate for him, you fucking
all I know is the real.
Yeah? So what, when you say that, you mean what? Because Saka's got this Starboy thing, so you're saying he's not the real one, it's Kudus. Is that what you're saying?
I say Joel gets upset with me about it.
Sorry.
He gets upset.
You just reminded me. It's gonna take 10 seconds. I need to publicly apologize to Saka. I saw you guys put out a clip, yeah? I don't know how you guys did it with AI, but you made me say Rashford was better than Saka. Yeah? I don't know how you guys did it.
Man said AI.
No, it was brilliant. I saw it. I was like, wow, I didn't even say that. But I just want to be here and say, Saka, I apologize for that clip that went out that said Rashford was better than you. AI was so wrong. So wrong. Bukayo Saka is the star boy compared to Marcus and them, man.
No, but we got the realest star boy.
Who could us? Yeah, we can go back to that.
Yeah.
But then now this is even more absurd. You're now claiming that he's the. Like, what are you claiming with that statement?
I'm just like, listen, my man, where he plays for the country with us, they're called star boys.
Okay.
Yeah, he's our baller.
Yeah.
He's not a baller, he's our baller.
It's true.
Yeah, he's cold.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the real star boy.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
So it's
that's why-
nothing to do with Saka.
No, but I say it because it automatically gets put with Saka. And people
That's what
get
you want.
upset.
And that's what you
100%.
So it's the wind-up Joel, basically.
100%.
I can get behind
Really
that.
star boy.
I can get behind that. What manager would you want to see quickly if he does get to the end of the season in Moyes and calls it a day? Who would you like to see?
So if he was to go at the end of the season, which if he doesn't, I'm not massive like he's got to go or whatever. I just think he needs to go on his own terms.
Yeah.
But if he was to, I don't see Eddie Howe being at Newcastle next year because they don't get in the Champions League. I think they're going to go and change and get somebody else. I'll take him.
Eddie Howe at West Ham. I like that. That sounds like a nice shout.
Yeah.
I think Joey's looking because he probably prefers Eddie Howe instead of Poch. I'm not sure. Like, what's happening with you, Joey?
Mate, the name Eddie Howe was going through my head as well. I was thinking I'd probably have him. Listen, Poch out, yeah. Let me tell you, right. I'm not Poch out. I'm not Poch out, but I used an analogy earlier, yeah. And this is the best way I can probably put it.
Sounding kind of Poch out is already.
Say for example, yeah. I said my friend wasn't getting on well with his girlfriend, and I went, but do you want to dump her? And he went, nah. And I went, all right, sweet. Do you want to be with her though? And he went, not really. I'd go, well, you got to get rid of her then. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I am a little bit like, are you Poch out? Nah. Are you Poch in? Not really. It's very hard for me to give a decision now because obviously we need to see how the rest of the season goes. Realistically, yeah, we ain't got nothing to play for now. FA Cup, like, okay, yeah, if we win tonight against Leeds, we'll be in the quarterfinal, but there's still some good teams in there, man. And I'm not saying we didn't do well to get to the League Cup final, but the run weren't that hard. Like, I was at every match, more or less. You know what I mean? Borough, Blackburn, AFC
Had the same
Wimbledon.
last year at Man United, mate. And people remind you of it.
The only real, good side I would say we beat in there was Newcastle. And then you look at where Newcastle are at this season, injuries hampering them. And that one went to penalties. So I'm not massively confident. It could all change after a few games. The only ironic thing, yeah, I get a cup final is a cup final. It's not a 90-minute game. But if you're going on 90-minute games, yeah, in the last 4 games, a real good performance against Aston Villa. I was walking away from that match thinking, mate, if we can perform half as good as we did in the 3-1 win against Villa, then we're on to something here. The next match, we win it 3-1 again. It ain't a great performance against Palace, but it was good vibes, wasn't it? You know what I mean? Everyone, the sassy jumping in the crowd. Then over 90 minutes, you go and draw with Man City, probably maybe the better team, the team that deserved to win. You draw with Liverpool. As I say, I don't think we were the better team. We had the better chances in the 90-minute period. We come unstuck in extra time. So when you're looking at that, really over the last 4 games or so, Poch ain't doing that bad.
So keep him in. He's doing fine.
What if we finish 11th? If we finish 11th with no cups, no, I probably wouldn't keep him in.
Do you think we could finish on page 2? Scroll them down. Page 2.
No, I think we just make it onto page 1. You know what I mean? So, I think we just about make it on there. Listen, we're only 4 points behind Brighton and we've got a game in hand. They're in 7th. But
things change
I'll tell you one thing, yeah.
Do you know what?
Serious.
I was sitting here thinking, if he doesn't say Jose, I was thinking,
Why do people think this is good? I don't get it.
Can I just tell you, yeah? We tried it with Frank Lampard. It didn't really work. But I understood what we were trying to do there, yeah? We were trying to cling on to some form of what we had before. You know what I mean? And no matter what... And listen, yeah, big up the 5 interview of Jose Mourinho. If anyone's saying that Jose Mourinho's lost his charm,
no, he's still got a charm. He's never going to lose the charm.
Jose Mourinho has still got his charm. Yes, he will come in and ruffle feathers, but this board need to appoint someone that ruffles feathers.
But can that work? Would Jose, that board and that, how they get players?
Why wouldn't it work? Why wouldn't it work?
Because I don't think Todd Bowley's going to shift his approach.
Because the board won't let it work. Who's got a better track record of making things work at Chelsea? Bowley or Jose?
I think
back Jose, back the manager in it. Yeah, he'll come in and he'll tell everyone that wants to listen that Mykhailo Mudryk ain't good enough, but we all know that. Yeah, he'll come in and possibly there will be a fatality out of Caicedo and Enzo. But I think realistic Chelsea fans are looking going, yeah, 2 good players, but maybe they do lack a bit of height and physical presence as a double pivot, you know?
Is it just a plaster?
Out of them 2, who you keeping? Caicedo, Enzo, who
I'll keep both of them, move their positions.
That's on the fence, that. Joey, come on.
You've
just said Mourinho comes in, he's going to look at it and go, one of you have to go.
You know full well, Mourinho comes in, he's not playing a double pivot.
He's not playing Enzo. He'll bring Matic back in and go Fulham and say, I want Willian.
Mourinho plays Enzo further forward and brings someone a bit more strong and physical in there. We got a guy called Caicedo. Probably no one's seen him play.
He's a player.
He's a good player, man, and he could slot in there nicely. Lavia, even when he ever comes back, could slot in there nicely. So for me, it'd just be Mourinho. And wow. is it a bit of a hit and hope? Yeah.
I don't think
But when the chips are down, everything's
Is there longevity? Mate. Is it just a quick plaster though to say like, oh, come get us, and then you'd be back to square one in like 18 months?
Would we be back to square one though? Because will we?
I think you would.
At the moment, here's the risk. Yeah, Mourinho's a here and now manager. Is he going to go and win a Premier League title with his Chelsea side? No way. But is he possibly going to get us into Champions League spots? Possibly. Will he get us into Europa League spots? Definitely. And then will that have us off the back of the finances that come with that in a better position in 2 years' time when a few of these players have evolved, grown a little bit, should be closer to their potential? I ain't saying we're going to be flying, but we'll be in a better position.
Now I know that you have been unbearable in the last few days. Let's just cut to the chase. This Van Dijk loving, obviously, yes, he came through clutch, all of this stuff. Talk to us now. Just let us know what you're saying here.
How's everyone doing? Everyone okay? Yeah. I just want to say, the great Virgil van Dijk. I was here a few weeks ago. We was talking about great defenders.
Yeah.
My guy was getting a lot of It's over, guys, man.
What's over?
It's over.
What? What's over?
Over, man.
Hold on, there's a Carabao Cup final in February and now everything's over. What?
The greatest centre-back to ever play in the Premier League turn up, bro. That's what happened.
No chance.
Yeah? He had kids on the pitch, 18-year-olds. He didn't even know who Jayden Daniel was last week. Yeah? He didn't even know who he was last week. Jayden Daniel, he started training with him the other day. He said, don't worry, young boy. I'm going to get you your first medal. Don't worry, man. Don't worry, young boy. Stepped up. He did it twice. It was so nice he did it twice. You know what AJ says? He's so nice he did it twice. They tried to cancel the first one. He said, no, don't worry, man. I got this. That's a real captain, a real leader. The greatest centre-back we've ever seen, brother.
He's tops.
The greatest.
He's tops.
He's saying the greatest, bro.
No, he's tops. He's tops. But he's not better than Rio. No.
Do you know what I love about him?
Is he close?
He's a real family man. No. He's a real family man. I respect him, bro.
And it's the same thing I love about you. You're Liverpool through and through.
Through and
say it.
I'm having John 100%. Terry over Van Dijk.
Not guys.
I'm having Rio over Van Dijk. You won't like it. I'll probably have Stam over Van Dijk.
All right, do you know what?
That's just what, that's where I'm at.
I can't get on board with that one.
Do you know
why not?
On board with that one.
Why not? I just don't push that one forward because, all right, longevity and all that. Yeah. But he's a better player.
Oh yeah. Sorry, and I forgot to add to this. Van Dijk is also definitely the drippiest centre back we've ever seen.
Bro, ponytail hype, bro.
You see when he walks into training? Oh, come on, man. You can tell he smells good.
Anyway, we need to move on.
You can tell he smells good.
We need to move on. We need to move on. Let us know at home. I know we had this debate before, but Yungen's trying to basically say that now that Virgil van Dijk did this in the Carabao Energy Drink Cup against Stutes,
it's because he
was the oldest player on the pitch. It's like the year 11s playing against the year 5s and trying to claim they're the best. That's basically what he's saying. He played against Chelsea, who actually by the game actually ended, don't believe the hype, they had a younger team out. To finish off on this, the blue £1 billion Bottlejobs. Was Gary Neville out of order for saying that, or do you agree with him?
I definitely don't agree with him. I think he would admit he was out of order for saying it, but I don't think that it's something that he's like dying on his sword with now. Like, I think he probably regrets saying it a little bit because he probably realises, like, He's worked in a national team setup. I've heard him speaking about his time at England and saying how like penalty shootout defeats and stuff like that can really dent players' confidence. So I think he would take that into account when he feels like he's probably said something was a little bit too far, and he knows it could stick with them now, because it will. Like it will constantly stick with them until they win a trophy.
Let us know what you guys think about the takes on today's show. There's been some crazy takes, but really the highlight has been probably your apology. I mean, I know you said it wasn't you, but it takes a real man to do that. We're really proud of you.
Why? What happened?
We'll see you in the next episode of The Take On next week, guys. Take care. Peace.